tell from how I look, IVIG is still kicking my butt hard, but I do have a come follow me thought for all of you. So welcome to Come Follow Me in Quarantine in Bed.
Beginning to come true.
Come Follow Me in Quarantine has gone a little tricky because, as you saw last week, I was able to go to church. Yeah, I was able to go to church. So quarantine is still quarantine, but like half a quarantine? I don't know. So I'm gonna try to still do Come Follow Me videos in the weeks I can't do those, at least share a thought from what I learned at church that day. But my health has been struggling, so I just kind of have to go at the pace my body will allow. So we all like mysteries nowadays, right? 2020 is a giant mystery, so it'll be kind of a mystery when these videos are going up. And I deeply apologize for that. But I did study Come Follow Me this week, and it led me to think about some pretty cool things. But when I was reading Come Follow Me, one key message stood out to me. It's the words we say or the words we type can bring people closer or farther from God. We share our thoughts and opinions in so many different ways. We share it a lot, verbally with people. But in quarantine, we share a lot of our thoughts and feelings online through posts, through videos, through TikToks, through Snapchats, through everything. And think about the positive people in your life or on your social media page who lift you up and bring you closer to Christ. Now think of those posts that are degrading, sad, humiliating, tearing people down who bring you further away. Think about the impact both of those have in your life. Think about the impact you could have in someone's life through what you post and what you say. I'm not saying that we need to only always post positive things and never talk about hard things or talk about political subjects, but I am saying that we need to do this. In my opinion, we need to have a person in our thoughts, with everything we say, especially online. Remember, we are talking to someone. So if your words enlighten, inspire, encourage, or you share your faith, go for it, Or if you're teaching, but in the Savior's way, not in a I'm right, you're wrong, and you're wrong, so you're dumb kind of way, but in a way where you're truly explaining why you feel this way, and you're not forcing someone to have the same feelings as you, go for it. But if your words belittle, degrade, damage, harm someone else, think before you post. That doesn't seem preachy, but in today's day and age, it's you have to have the same opinion of me or you're dead wrong and you're awful, and it's a really kind of crummy way to look at life because the world is full of so much diversity, whether it's religious diversity, cultural diversity, all this stuff that brings so much to society, and we're missing so much by having such a closed-minded view. And just the way we interact with people, face-to-face or online, makes a huge difference and helps people's day be closer, further to Christ, or it helps them in general become closer, further to Christ. I believe that everything we say has an impact, especially everything we type. I was thinking a lot about that because, y'all know the mask deal, what side I lay on. I believe everyone should wear a mask, and the anti-maskers have been driving me crazy. I have not been very kind online. And as my temper has been growing online towards people who don't want to wear a mask, I'm sorry if you're an anti-masker, I love you, but I don't love that mindset. When I just wanted to rip someone to shreds, this quote from President Thomas S. Monson that my mom used to share with us all the time as a kid kept popping in my mind. Never let a problem to be solved be more important than a person to be loved. Sometimes I was still a brat and ripped the person to shreds anyway, but a lot of times it would stop me and I would sit there and think of the words I'm going to type and think, I'll type this and their opinion won't change. They're still not going to wear a mask. They're still going to post anti-mask stuff, but they're going to think less of me and I'm going to think less of me if I'm cruel. And it stopped me in my tracks because nowadays we think we have to agree with someone to love them and support them, and that is the furthest thing from the truth. We're all here to love and support one another, and in our diversities and everything, we're here to learn from one another because none of us are walking the same life path. We're all on a similar journey. Some of us, I like to say that a lot of people, we bought our, that quote that you haven't walked a mile in my shoes? I like to say some people, like someone with chronic illness, we bought our shoes at the same store. So I have an idea about what you're going through. But I have no idea what you're going through because I'm not you. And every single person we face or come in contact with, whether it's friends, family, a loved one, a stranger online, we can have a glimpse and a peek into their life. We can go through similar things and maybe have a brief understanding, but we'll never know what they're going through. So we don't know if that like cruel word we said or we typed could be the straw that broke the camel's back. So I encourage you all this week to be unnecessarily kind. So that means when you see someone, compliment them. That's one of my favorite things to do. Like, it's become such a natural thing to me. They come out with it like a sneeze sometimes. Like, I love it. And before quarantine, I was loving that my little niece was hopping on the compliment train. She would notice that I compliment people often, and I'd see a lady and be like, oh, you look so cute. I love your dress. And Miss B, who is 4, would be like, yeah, girl, you look fabulous. I love your dress. And she was just catching on that it's good to be unnecessarily kind. And one of my other favorite things to do is if you see someone who's struggling, I mean, this might be hard for people who aren't extremely extroverted like me, but if you see someone who is struggling, get outside of your comfort zone, look at them, find one thing you like about them, and compliment it. You can literally, see the light that was turned off of them during that hard day or that hard time turn on when you point out something good in them. And it's the greatest thing in the whole world. I am not perfect at random acts of kindness or being unnecessarily kind, but it's something I know makes a difference because a lot of people have done it for me. So, sorry guys, the IVIG wipes me out completely. But I guess this message really stuck out to me of being unnecessarily kind because if you look at stories of the Savior, that's exactly what he did. I remember one story of the Savior. They're on this boat, if I remember right, again, IVIG. They're on this boat in these really, really, really stormy seas. And he was just exhausted. He was working all day, and he finally took a nap. And, someone came to him for help. And they're like, now he can't help you right now. He's sleeping. Leave the guy alone. And he came out and was like, why would you turn someone away? Why would you turn away someone I could help? And he kind of chewed his apostles out. I hope the story's right, but that's always stood out to me. That is unnecessary kindness. To help people even when you're exhausted, And you gotta have self-care, but I've learned if you have that outward focus, even if it's just little compliments or not getting into political arguments with people online, having that mentality of no problem to be solved is more important than no person to be loved, you start loving yourself a little more, being a little kinder to yourself. So again, I challenge you all this week to be unnecessarily kind. Don't get in political arguments on Facebook if you can, or political arguments at work, or arguments about this weird year 2020 that's kind of making us all super passive-aggressive. Remember, no problem to be solved is more important than a person to be loved. We're all gonna disagree, but the diversity of the world is what makes it go around. Be unnecessarily kind to your family, to your loved ones. Compliment strangers. Be the good the world needs. Those Share the Good vlogs have literally, you guys have restored my faith in humanity some days. Be kind. Be unnecessarily kind. Be like our Savior. And as always, smile on. And if you like these vlogs, make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Every time you like a post, comment on my post, share it, anything, it makes it so my content appears more on your page. So if you want a little more Smile McGee, make sure to be active on my post, liking and commenting so you can see more of me. And just thank you all for the love and support. I will try to get some spiritual thing out every Sunday, but with my health I can't really promise it. But again, I have fun. My faith is my favorite thing to talk about, so I have a lot of fun sharing it with you guys, and just thank you for everything.